and the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, back again with another toy news video. Is basically daily at this point around San Diego Comic-Con. It's the granddaddy of them all each and every year, as we got tons of toy news from all the toy lines we cover here on the channel, and we're covering it all in these toy news, and I'm sure there'll be multiple toy news videos each day going forward as San Diego Comic-Con, as I'm filming this right now. Preview night is in about 5-6 hours from now. We'll have a lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to have probably a wrestling specific video. Got to be a G.I. Joe specific video. Probably Marvel as well. So we're going to have a lot of toy news videos. So make sure you do subscribe to this very YouTube channel. Check out my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, in the podcast stream. If you subscribe to my podcast, I am putting the toy news updates in there as well. So you can listen to it in an audio version if that is your thing. So check out the Kyle Peterson Show podcast. And of course, we'll be doing these videos around San Diego Comic-Con. We've already started, actually. But we got a ton of news to dive into here before preview night, if you can believe that. And Collect Major takes center stage with a few other late-breaking news and notes. Got 2 pages of notes, so we got a lot to get to here. But before we get to that, got to thank the sponsors of the toy news, jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. Got to get a deal out there. And don't forget Patreon, the best way to support the channel. You get early access to the videos here on both my YouTube channels, the podcast, everything, all points in between. Check out the Patreon, support the channel. But let's get down to the toy news. And right as I'm filming right now, there's some late-breaking leaked images, and they're making their way all over Twitter, I guess the X, Todd McFarlane as it's known these days, Facebook groups, and etc. Some of the things we've talked about the last couple of weeks on the toy news that we thought we would see from Mattel. Looks like somebody got in there a little bit early. We saw Jey Uso, LJN Superstars. We knew that one was coming. We see him fully colored this go around. Brother Love, we talked about that last week. We're seeing Brother Love. That's one of those ones that was rumored to be made by Grand Toys that didn't happen. We're finally getting that Brother Love, so we talked about that recently. Iron Sheik, we've seen that leak. One of the most famous LJNs of all time. I'd put that maybe at number 2, right around the original Hulk Hogan. We're getting LJN with the Green World title belt, which is a nice feature as well. And then we've heard rumors, it looks like 2-pack LJNs are coming. We got the Heart Foundation, so we've seen images of those as well. We also saw some of the stuff we already knew about, the CM Punk, Mr. Perfect, the series that already went up for pre-order. We're seeing nice carded images. Looks like there's even a little ring action there. I'm not sure if that's part of the display or if that's just something. I guess we'll find out in the future here. As like I said, as I'm filming this, preview night is tonight. We will recap all of that tomorrow on this channel, and I'll give you all my thoughts on everything Mattel from San Diego Comic-Con. So be on the lookout for those videos. And as I said, probably multiple videos the rest of the week here. But today, the biggest announcement I would say was from Collect Major. They did do a stream, or a video, I should say, on their YouTube channel, and they announced a ton of big rubber guys. They announced officially some new licenses that I've heard knocking around for a while, Todd McFarlane. I've heard some rumors out there. You know me, I'm in some music circles, so I hear some things from time to time. But we're going to cover all that. We're going to dive into it. We're going to start off with one of my all-time favorites. He's coming back real quick, Cactus Jack. We've talked about it the last couple of videos. We're going to keep talking about it. This time, though, we got the ultra bloody Cactus Jack. It is from his time in Japan, IWA Japan. Talked about that numerous times. Can't wait to reminisce when the time comes to unbox that one on the channel. That is a must-have for me. Speaking of bloody, we got the J&J Figures exclusive 1-in-1000 up for sale right now if you want it. It's the Shotzi Blackheart Bloody Edition. That's an easy repaint. It's the same figure, but bloody. You want a bloody Shotzi? Got to go over to J&J Figures. Now the meat is really getting there. The meat is finally here. Nikita Koloff, an all-timer, a guy very underrepresented in action figures. We're getting a big rubber guy, Nikita Koloff. And Todd McFarlane, that's not the only time we're going to mention Nikita Koloff in this video, so stay tuned for that. We got more Nikita talk later, but we got Nikita Koloff coming, and then we're completing the Horsemen. I can't believe it. We got Barry Windham and J.J. Dillon. I am here for that. We're just missing Ole Anderson at this point. I hope the major team can get Ole Anderson to a contract. We've seen Matt Maniacs coming in hot with that We need a big rubber guy, Ole Anderson, for me personally. But JJ and Barry Windham, huge coups to have in the big rubber guys line. I am here for that. The hits keep on coming. Another tag team. We got the Killer Bees with their jackets this go around. Would love a mask that you could put over, like a soft goods mask. That would have been a great accessory for this. But honestly, I wouldn't be shocked to see a repaint with them in their masks. We'll probably see that happen. Got to get the most out of your molds. Got to get the most out of your properties. Got to get the most out of your consumer, I guess. I don't know. It's an interesting thing, and I'll give a little bit of my take here as we go on the big rubber guys and their future, at least as far as me collecting these lines. The Barbarian solo career run is coming with the big old deer antlers or elk antlers, whatever they are. I'm here for that. A very toyetic one. Kind of had a feeling that was coming when they did put up the Warlord, the yin and yang, as we know. Can't wait to see that in the future. Macho Man, you got to have Macho Man in every single reveal video, don't you? This one, very Hasbro-esque from Macho Man 3. An iconic Macho Man coming to the big rubber guys once again. And then a very cool one, Ric Flair back for a return cycle with the big rubber guys. We're getting a robed version. That should be a very heavy one. I think Brian Myers even mentioned that. I was like, man, that's going to be a heavy figure with that robe on there. But it does look good. I'm here for it, and I can honestly see them repainting that in many different robe colors, so get your money ready for that. It's not going to be a one-and-done mold unless they find somebody else to put a different head on, but I can see this in blue and black. Just run down the rainbow of colors for that Ric Flair, I can see. Coming very soon, apparently WrestleCon exclusive. That is right around the corner. 1 of 1,000. I don't like that at all, but it is the man called Sting. Once again, with one of his Galoob looks. They're getting the most out of all these molds. Remember that. And we're getting this one in black for Sting. But I'm a little Stinger. I got to get all these Stings. Got to catch them all like a hot game of Pokemon, Todd McFarlane, is what I got to do. 1 of 1,000 Sting WrestleCon exclusive. Then we've talked about this recently. I've unboxed these guys on the channel. At least I've started to. Patreon members probably have some of the videos. But it is the AEW, of course, big rubber guys. Series 1, a lot of controversy. Well, Series 2 around the corner. It looks like Jericho is going to be a part of it. Don't call him Chris anymore. It's just Jericho. He's like Cher. But we got that coming. A lot of people not really sold on the look for that Jericho. I feel like Jericho you can make multiple different versions of. This one, I'm not sure if I'm sold on the jacket and just the way it is. I would like to see something different. Maybe that's just me. We got Kenny Omega. That is the gear we had as a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Was that 2 years ago from Jazzwares? So we're getting Kenny Omega back out there. Darby Allin, you know I'm here for face paint. Got to put him with the Stinger, of course. And then we got MJF times 3. Yes, MJF times 3, including a Bloody Terry Funk inspired gear. Man, I'm here for that one for sure. That is going to be my favorite of the bunch. That looks really good. Then we saw Orange Cassidy. We've seen that one before. Not sure exactly where that's going to slot in, but it is around the corner for Orange Cassidy. Wouldn't be surprised if that's like the Adam Copeland version, just kind of a one-off outside of the series up for order. Could see that sooner rather than later. And then we got Taz times 2. A lot of people looking for Taz times 2. Cool thing about that one is, I guess technically he's AW talent, but you could easily put this in with your Extreme Big Rubber guys. You got the regular and bloody edition, and I honestly can see that them doing that for every single ECW talent. And that's where it gets to the point is, how can everybody afford all these things? I know Collect Major Team will be the first one to tell you, you don't get every single one. Don't be a completionist. Well, it's hard. It's hard to tell fan base that wants to be a completionist to do that. But I know I look myself in the mirror. I buy more figures than the average Joe. I think that's fair. I think I buy more figures than most people. But I want to be a completionist, at least on the wrestling side. And it's going to be really, really tough if they start doing variants of almost every single figure. It's just too much. And there's only so much real estate. And these are big figures. So it makes it dangerous. So you got to do what you got to do. You got to look yourself in the eye. You got to look your displays in the eye and say, do I have room for all of you? It's one of those things. And we got more. We're not even scratching the surface on everything from Collect Major here. The hits keep on coming. LOD available right now. They're up for pre-order, shipping in October. It is the gold shoulder pad edition there. Very famous. My least favorite of the looks, but LOD Road Warriors, you know I'm here for that. I got to pick that up. I already got my pre-order in on those. Those are available right now for pre-order. San Diego Comic-Con tomorrow, Thursday. It is the San Diego Padres. We covered that in the last Toy News video. I guess it makes sense with San Diego. The whole Walmart connection is a little bit iffy to me here, and we're seeing that. We're going to talk more about that in the video for some other toy lines. I smell collusion. I smell conspiracy. I smell things in the air, and I'm going to break it down a little bit later in this video. Wrestling/music. We're getting into that. We're going to start with ICP. I don't think I'm picking these ones up. I'm just not an ICP guy. What? Whoop whoop? Yeah, I know Todd McFarlane. Whoop whoop all day long. Give me some Fago around the corner. But I'm just not an ICP guy. They just never got a hold of my heavy metal heart, I guess. So I'm not an ICP guy. I understand the wrestling connection. That's what leads me to purchase them more than the music connection for sure. But I think I got to draw the line on that one. But I'll definitely draw the line like a young Aerosmith on this one, and I will be picking it up day one pre-order. It's my boy Ozzy Osbourne, Bark at the Moon edition, coming out howling for your old buddy Kyle. Harry Bipedal Creature edition. Bark at the Moon. I'll never forget being a little kid. It was already out for like 8 years, but a little kid at the record store back before streaming days, picking that bad boy up on cassette all day long. Very, very sentimental, very special album for me. Can't wait to get that one in the collection. Got to think there's going to be more Ozzies around the corner. We need young Ozzy from the Sabbath days. Diary of a Madman's a layup. You know they're going to make Diary of a Madman. Wouldn't be shocked to see a more modern day Ozzy, and very fitting. We're about a year from the anniversary. I think this weekend maybe is the 1 year anniversary of Ozzy passing away. So a lot of things feel weird in the heavy metal world without, of course, the Prince of Darkness. But I have to imagine a lot more Ozzies to come, and I'll pick up every single Ozzy Osbourne figure, just like I'll pick up every single figure of Eddie from Iron Maiden. We got the Killers edition here. There's so much meat on the bone for Iron Maiden. It's absolutely amazing. You could make the band, which I'd be here for, but I don't think would sell as well. But Eddie, all day long, get me Somewhere in Time, get me Peace of Mind. There's so many different ones, all the way up to the modern day. Can we get the Angel and the Gambler? Oh, Blaze Bayley era. Oh, you know we're here for that too. But I'm here for Eddie. I'm here for the Killers edition. It's going to be a lot of fun getting some of these Iron Maiden ones. These guys are perfect for big rubber guy style. I'm here for that all day long. And it looks like around the corner, no images yet, but Motley Crue. So what does that mean for Motley Crue? We know that's Nikki Sixx for sure. We know Tommy Lee's got to be in the mix here. Have to imagine Vince Neil. But will we get a John Corabi? Does anybody want a John Corabi? But what about Mick Mars? Will we get a Mick Mars? Will they leave Mick Mars out of this? Will they throw us a wild card and give us John 5 as a big rubber guy? Good friend of the channel. I'm not sure what happens with this one here, and I'm not sure with Motley Crue. There's a lot of talk about Motley Crue and their summer tour this year. So if you're in the know on kind of some of that kind of stuff, going to be very interesting with this Motley Crue license. That could go really, really well or really bad for Collect Major. We'll see what ends up happening with them, but very interested to see what they look like. Are they going to be staged like Tommy Lee behind the drum kit, or is it going to be Tommy Lee with like sticks in the air just like celebrating or something? No shirt and a thong on, you know, Tommy Lee style. Maybe? I don't know. We'll see what happens there. But I'm very excited about the music ones. Missing from this is, of course, Cheap Trick and Lemmy. Where's the rest of Motorhead? Can we get Phil? Can we get Filthy Animal? Can we get the rest of those? I have to think there's a Lemmy in our future, so I'd bet the house on that. Have to think they're looking at Ghost, I'm sure, as a property. Ghost seems to like to market, and I think there's money there. Have to imagine we'll get a bunch of different Papas in the future. Also wonder about some of the other bands. Maybe there's going to be some rap bands, things like that, I guess. Is a rap band a rap group? I don't know. Will we get Heavy D and the Fat Boys? Could it be time? It could be. But King Diamond would be another very toyetic one I would love to see. I think there's a lot of meat on the music stuff, especially if you get into the deeper stuff. Can we get a Waylon Jennings? You're exactly right, Todd McFarlane. We need the Waylon Jennings edition. But if you get especially hard rock, heavy metal, that fan base is very willing to support. You look at the McFarlane, the NECA figures of Iron Maiden over the years, Ozzy over the years. Those things skyrocket in value because there's always new fans. There's very hardcore fans that will cross over to buy this merchandise. Where if it's, nope, not to pick on Huey Lewis and the News. Is there that many Huey Lewis and the News fans? There probably are. But how many buy action figures? That's the thing. So hard rock, heavy metal, very loyal to their fan base, very loyal to their groups. They should end up picking those up. So I think that's a slam dunk there. Now we're taking a step back in my previous life, in my day job career. We're going to the Kool-Aid Man. Me and the Kool-Aid Man, a lot of years together when I was under the Kraft umbrella once upon a time. Young sales rep, cut my teeth up into early management. I worked for the Kraft organization, and I did a lot of Kool-Aid resets, and they were annoying back in the day, let me tell you. But every summertime, you were dishing that Kool-Aid. But man, Kool-Aid is on the outs. There's no doubt about it. You think of your growth. Here we are, business talk. 12 foot of space in a lot of Kool-Aid sets back in the day. Now you hardly ever see the packets anymore. It's a wild thing. But the Kool-Aid Man, no matter how you slice it, no matter what you do, very iconic. And apparently the 100th anniversary of the Kool-Aid Man here. Oh yeah, indeed. Very cool, very iconic. And for those that like to collect mascots, and let me tell you, there are Kool-Aid collectors. There's a lot of planners. Can we get Mr. Peanut? That's the one they need next. There's so many collectors of Mr. Peanut stuff. I used to be bombarded in the grocery aisle. Hey, do you have any Mr. Peanut swag? Do you have anything? There's Mr. Peanut collectors. There's a whole group out there trying to get their Mr. Peanut swag, and they're trying to take it from me. I'm like, hey, I don't have any. Leave me alone. But it's a wild time. So I have to imagine Mr. Peanut, if they're working with Kraft Foods, Mr. Peanut could be next. Who knows where it goes from there? We'll see what ends up happening with that. Very interesting times, though. I was very interested by that stuff. We're also seeing Popeye and Bluto from Popeye. Very interesting looks here. My dad may be interested in this. He's a Popeye guy, so I'll have to alert my dad. Maybe he's watching this video. Who knows? But might have to pick those up. We got Andre the Giant, Princess Bride. We saw this in the past. And then we got Dread Pirate Roberts. I have never seen The Princess Bride. It's one of those many movies Kyle has never seen. One of these days, we should do a top 10 movies Kyle has never seen that everybody else has seen, and it would blow your mind. Back to the Future, of course. Never saw Titanic. Never saw Princess Bride. I haven't even seen Spaceballs. I need to add those balls one of these days, maybe. But a lot of that coming up here, that doesn't do a whole lot for me. So once again, I got to pick and choose. I feel like I might get the Andre because of the Andre the Giant, but Dread Pirate Roberts, I don't even know what that is. It would be very strange for me personally to spend $55 on something I have no idea what it is. It looks like Zorro to me of some kind. So one of those things, I think that's where me and Collect Major, I'm not going to be able to be a completionist anymore because of things like this. And we continue on with Flash Gordon, the Phantom. Apparently those shipping very soon. I think in the stream they said it was the 100th anniversary of the Phantom, an old-timey fan. What about Billy Zane? Is he involved in this at all? I remember that movie when I was a kid. They were promoting it like crazy. I never saw that either, but when I think of the Phantom, I always think of that. I bought the Phantom NECA figure for $9 on clearance, just to have on like a superhero display. My dad likes the Phantom, but my dad much older than me, and some of you guys and gals are younger than me. I'm just not sure if the Flash Gordon and Phantom are a slam dunk. I'm not sure exactly if it's extremely cheap to get the license for these is why they're doing them, or are they public domain, a word I struggled with the other day. That's what happens sometimes. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm not sure I can pick up those either, so it'll be interesting to see. I don't ever run into people that love the Phantom and Flash Gordon. I know they're out there. I just don't know of any of those people, but I'm sure they're the real ones if they are out there. They did say coming soon. We got Afro Andre the Giant coming around the corner. Jacques Rougeau Solo, which to me leads like it's going to be the Mountie, just not called the Mountie. Skinner, that could be an all-timer. Skinner. Mike Shaw, that could be a lot of different gimmicks. Have to imagine Bastion Booger being the first one. Can we get Trucker Norm? It's time for a Trucker Norm figure. We'll see where that goes. Rick Martel and Tito Santana, I wouldn't be shocked to see every incarnation of those two. Strike Force, maybe El Matador with dancing around the name on that one as well. We're going to party with Marty Jannetty. That should be an interesting one. There's a lot of different looks they could do with Marty Jannetty as well. Hercules and Paul Roma, I have to imagine Power and Glory in our future. Or did we already pre-order those? I can't even remember now. There's so many pre-orders out there from Collect Major. I know there's Hercules in the blue trunks, the solo run. Paul Roma was Young Stallions version. So I have to imagine that'll be Power and Glory there, just kind of going through the brain. And then John Nord, of course, most people know him as the Berserker. Have to imagine that's what it'll look like, but it'll be called John Nord, obviously. And it says many more. So we'll see who else adds to the Big Rubber Guy lineup. But man, hard to keep track of at this time. It is very difficult to keep track. And we're not even done. We got Clark, the Cubs mascot. We got Wally, the Green Monster. We already knew about these two. We talked about them before, but they did show those. They also showed some major stars. I asked the other day, where's the future of major stars? Blues Brothers, last thing we saw. Looks like we're getting some professional baseball players. Maybe that's the place they go with these in the future. We're going to get more wrestling. Going to be very interesting, as I think the Big Rubber Guy style has really taken flight, and things like Major Stars pushed to the side. Major Bendy's non-existent basically at this point after that 2-pack that should be shipping soon. It's very interesting to collect major stuff. There is so much product here. I understand and I totally get it. Not everybody is like you and me that we're down with all this stuff. We're paying attention to all this stuff. It's going to be very hard not to miss these things for the general audience. It's almost too much all at once for the majority of people. It's a slippery slope. I understand it. They're excited about the product. I'm excited about the product. You are too. You're probably listening about it, watching about it. But you got to be careful because there's only so many dollars to go around. And if it gets too overwhelming, there's people that are like, I want to dabble. I can't even keep up. I'm just out on the line entirely. So it's a slippery slope. It's finding that right mix and right balance. And I'm the first one. They say it all the time. You don't have to be a completionist. And even if you're not a completionist, I feel at this point it's very hard to keep track of everything. And then you throw in J&J exclusives. You throw in different shop exclusives, major bendies. There's a million different places for exclusives. It's very tough to keep track of everything. I'm doing my best, and hopefully these toy news videos help out at least a little bit along the way. But that's enough collect major stuff. We got a whole other page of news, and you guys know, as Jerry Reed always says, Jerry Reed working overtime, picking that guitar. Oh, Jerry, we miss you so much. But we got to dive into more wrestling news, if you can believe it. It looks like Friday, San Diego Comic-Con, there is going to be an AEW panel. Now, don't hold your breath on this, but I know some people are probably saying this is where they're going to announce the new toy line. I don't think it's that. I think it's more of an AEW panel just to say, oh, we're AEW Wrestling. We have this to promote the stars, promote the brands. They're promoting popsicles. So don't get expectations too high on this one. I don't personally believe we'll find out who is taking over from Jazzwares here at San Diego Comic-Con, but you never know. Crazier things have happened. How about Matt Maniacs, another toy line we've been really playing a lot of fun with over the last last year or so. Really enjoying what they're putting out, but man, they keep on with the hits. We got Macho Man as of today dropping. It's the yellow and black, perfect for San Diego Comic-Con edition there. And of course, you know Todd McFarlane, you know what the yellow and black means. Yep, huge Striper fan, Macho Man, and a lot of people don't know the San Diego Comic-Con colors are in tribute to one Oz Fox of Striper. Not the Sweet Brothers, Oz Fox, but shout out to Striper as usual. But Matt Maniacs coming hard with that Macho Man, but they're not done. They announced some stuff that's coming in the future. We got Strike Force, Ariba, of course, Tito Santana and Rick Martel. We got Nikita Koloff. I told you, Todd, Nikita would make another appearance here. We got Nikita. You got Magnum TA. We got Harley Race. We got Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. Call them the Horsemen. Call them the Brainbusters. Call them friends. Call them whatever you want to. We got Barry Windham out there again. Have to imagine they're out on the hunt for J.J. Dillon as well. We do know Ole Anderson is coming from Matt Maniacs, but they got a lot going on over there. Once again, a ton of stuff turning and burning from Matt Maniacs. A lot of fun stuff there. Now we're going to get a little bit controversial here, and I'm not sure how I feel about this one. I think I do, actually, and I'm going to tell you guys how I feel. Zombie Sailor Toys, we talked about it yesterday. They got a Jeff Jarrett exclusive going up on Thursday around 9 a.m. Eastern or 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central Time. So be on the lookout for that. One of 500 Jeff Jarrett Pinnacle Edition Walmart exclusive. But we also saw here on Wednesday, Pinnacle Series 1 up on Walmart. Plenty of retros, Army of Darkness, all points in between up on Walmart online from Zombie Sailor Toys. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but for me, especially the Pinnacle series, we waited a long time for pre-orders on those. Now, we did get our figures. It took about a year, and that's about suspect for that thing. There were some delays in there. I get it. It happens to a lot of people. But we were beaten over the head so many times, last chance to order, last chance. There's going to be no stock. There's going to be no stock. And then a lot of poor people, poor as in I feel sorry for you because you missed out on those orders for whatever reason. New collector, didn't have finances at the time, whatever it may be. But you wanted Jeff Jarrett. You wanted Abdul the Butcher. You wanted the Pillman. You wanted King Kong Bundy. You were stuck to the secondary market paying $150, I think, maybe even $200 at the top. You were paying all this money saying, there's no chance to ever get these again. There's no chance. There's no chance. Well, now all of a sudden they're all in stock on Walmart. They've been there all day. I'm not sure the quantities. It doesn't say. Around $66 or something. But we were told, the hardcore fan base that follows along, that, hey, you're good. You're not going to be able to get these. You have to. The order's the order and all this. Now I'm assuming, we know what happens when we assume, Tom McFarlane. I don't know any of the details here. But apparently they reran a second run, which Pinnacle, they're in their right to do that. Zombie Sailor, he can do that if he wants to, but you're going to have blowback from the fan base that we're told, this is your only chance. There's no chance. We're not restocking. We got limited supply. There's nothing left. All that. And all of a sudden there is when Walmart's involved. So the fan base says, oh, because Walmart wanted them, you wanted to do them. Of course. But at the end of the day, you put your business hat. You're Zombie Sailor. Walmart wants an order. Guess what? Oh my gosh, I can get to Walmart. I can be a part of Walmart. I'm going to do it. So I see all sides of the issue, but it does leave a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth. I like that they're doing a repaint of Jeff Jarrett. I feel like they should have done a repaint of all of them and sold those at Walmart to make things different. Obviously, that's more cost, all that kind of stuff. But really, I feel like all the Zombie Sailor stuff, retros, be it Pinnacle, whatever, we're always told, this is your last chance. You better get in. You better get in. But there's always multiple chances around the corner. And we're seeing them on all these places and all these restocks. And we're seeing sales and deals. It's just very interesting. It's an interesting strategy. I know it's rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. I've understand it for the most part, but this one is a little bit surprising that the Pinnacle they were so over the top saying this is it, there's going to be none, and now there is more. I understand shiny Walmart comes after you. We're going to talk about another company, and we talked about Major. They're all part of this Walmart Collectors Con. And what this tells me, putting my business hat on, knowing Walmart like I do, dealing with Walmart for decades, Todd McFarlane, just you and me, back by the TVs, we hang out back there, drink a cup of coffee, maybe a Monster a time or two. But Walmart's an interesting player. They don't pay their bills till a second before they're due. They are wild cards, but they're seeing all these other companies out there getting sales on stuff that's not Hasbro, not Mattel. They want a piece of the pie. Does that mean any of these companies we're talking about will be going to retail at Walmart? I doubt it at this point because I like the Pinnacle figures. They're going to be top 10 figures of the year for me. There's no doubt some of those. Abdul Butcher looking at you. But there's no way they're going to sell those at $66 in a Walmart store. Think of your podunk Walmart. You think they're going to sell that? Is there any consumers there that are spending $66 on an action figure? Few and far between, that's for sure. So online is the place that works. Online is where that works for that San Diego Macho Man Randy Savage. You think somewhere in Western Arkansas they're going to be selling any Macho Man's Randy Savage San Diego Padre was ones? It's just not going to happen. It's not. So online is the perfect place. But Walmart is a dangerous animal. They suck you in, and sometimes they make these companies go out of business. So I would say any of these smaller companies working with Walmart, just be careful. Study, study, study. Know what you're getting yourself into, and don't say yes to everything. You got to negotiate with Walmart, and it's going to be tough because they have some of the greatest people ever as far as that. They pay tip-top talent to negotiate and finance and books and all this kind of stuff. Shenanigans aplenty. I should write a book. I got so many volumes I can put in there. But I do worry about some of these smaller companies getting in over their head. They got to make sure they have a plan ready to go. And we'll see what that plan is. We'll see how it works out. But Zombie Sailor coming in hot with an exclusive, plus old Pinnacle, plus old retros. Going to be an interesting thing to pay attention to in the future. So be on the lookout for that. Speaking of another toy company out there that is doing it right because they've been in business a heck of a long time, it's our friends over there at Ringside Collectibles. Use code Kyle, save yourself 10%. Retro Series 1 in stock right now. It is the greatest hits retro series. I'm not sure how I feel about that one. I guess we'll see when we get them in hand here. But shipping from Ringside right now, if you're after some of those Series 1s, be on the lookout for that. We saw Legends of Lucha Libre. They're apparently going to have a panel on Thursday where they will have some new action figure announcements. I think these figures are really good. Boss Fight, Legends of Lucha Libre. They just need to speed up the process. It's just too long. You forget about stuff. Hopefully they can find a way to get a little bit faster and move more to market, but we're going to hear about that on Thursday. We'll cover that in the future toy news. Waylon Mercy, he's back out there. Remember Waylon Mercy, Dan Spivey? Regime and Grapplers and Gimmicks. We got a premium figure and a retro style figure. Mitch over there getting into the madness here with Waylon Mercy, so be on the lookout for that. A little San Diego Comic-Con extra news here. It looks like San Diego Comic-Con is staying in San Diego till 2030. I don't know if it goes to Vegas. What do you call it? Las Vegas Comic-Con, I guess. So we'll see where that ends up going, but you got another couple of years at least in San Diego. Stay tuned for that. The disappointment, the hard time and disappointment of the day for me, I, of course, was on a conference call. I had a call. I had an emergency call for work right at the time of the Mondo drops today. I did get the Keldor. I did not get the Fuzzy Panther. I did not get the Flocked Panther. I missed it. Sold out on me. Now I'm rethinking my Masters life. Do I want to live that Mondo Masters life anymore? I shouldn't have took the phone call. I wasn't supposed to take it, but somehow I got roped into it, and it was a whole thing. And now I missed out on this Panther, and I'm half hot about it. I'm half hot. You don't want to see me full hot. I got full hot today, Todd McFarlane. It was a bad scene. I stormed out of an office. I stormed out. And that's what happens. My blood pressure's through the roof these days. But missed out on the Mondo Panther. So I guess I already have the old one. I'll just have to live with that one at this point. is what it is. Is what it is. Not going to be for me, but I'm sure some of you guys and maybe you gals are interested. We got Zelda figures coming from Hasbro. Very classified / Black Series packaging in a lot of ways. I was a Zelda 1 guy. I dabbled in Zelda 2 for Nintendo as a kid. I actually beat Zelda 1. Yeah, no big deal. I beat it. I think I'm one of the only people in the world to ever beat Zelda. It was a great game. I enjoyed Zelda 1. A lot of frustrations, but once you got it down, you were ready to go. Zelda 2, I remember not liking as much. I think that was the usual consensus. Never played a Zelda game after that ever again. So I don't think I'm the person that's going to be buying these Zelda figures, but if you're a real one, you love some Zelda, you want to see what Link's up to. It's funny, I always called him as a kid, it's Zelda. That's the main guy. No, it's Link. It's Link. I think I found that out with video game part 2. But Hasbro is selling those now, so if you're after it, get your Zelda figures, I guess. G.I. Joe Classified Series, they keep putting stuff out there ahead. It feels like we're hearing everything before it's done. We heard about the Snake Armor again yesterday, the Triple T a couple days before that. Today we heard about Footloose and Mutton Junkyard. We knew they were coming. We got the full-on reveal, which means we'll probably see them in the case. But I'm here for the Slaughters Marauders. These two I had as a kid. I didn't have the original versions of both these, but I had these versions. So very nostalgic for me once again. And I'm here building out those teams. I'm here for the teams at all time. Can't wait to pick those up here in the future. Speaking of Walmart, once again, it looks like Lenny from formerly Hasbro and Tony, I believe, will be on a Walmart stream, just like Collect Major is going to be doing for Boss Fight Immortal Champions. So once again, Boss Fight getting in there. And I think Zombie Sailor said it in a post. Thank you to Walmart for reaching out. So once again, it leads credence to what I was saying. Walmart reached out to these small companies, bringing them into the fold a little bit. It's a dangerous, dangerous game. Like I said, I've seen it go south for a lot of people over the years. Hopefully this works out for everybody, including Boss Fight. So if you're after Immortal Champions, more on that very soon. Once again, we go over to Super 7. Super 7, not quite the buzz, but they are back at San Diego Comic-Con this year. They do got the booth going on. But we got Lion-O and Mumra Light Up Eyes Toys Edition. $75 for Lion-O, $95 for Mumra. I just don't think I can pull the trigger. Very iconic, very nostalgic for me. I have so many Lion-Os, so many Mumras from Super 7. I want these, but at that price point plus shipping, I just don't know. I don't think I can pull the trigger. I just don't think I can. Maybe there'll be a sale down the road. Maybe there'll be a deal. Maybe I can find them loose. I'm not exactly sure. As much as I want those, unfortunately, I'm going to have to pass. But choose your own adventure on that one there. And then we close it up with our good friend Todd McFarlane. I'm just bummed I missed the Todd McFarlane shindig this year. Oh my gosh, Todd, you and I could have wiggled our toes in front of everybody. We could have really came out with our relationship in front of everybody, the whole wide world. We'll do it next year. That's what we're going to do. We'll just keep it between us on the couch for now. For now, of course. But Todd, he did show off today from the Vault, another Vault series. As I've talked about this about a year ago, there's going to be re-releases of heavy hitters, and we're seeing that again. Power Girl back out there for everybody. Azrael, of course, Batman back out there for everybody. Mr. Freeze back out there. And then Santa Batman, which is smart. Capitalize on the holiday season. I think those are McFarlane Store exclusives. Once upon a time, there was like a blue and red suit version. Now we're getting the red suit version out for everybody from the Vault. So a lot of people would be excited about that, I have to imagine. And that's the toy news for today. It's just ramping up. I'm pretty sure Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we might be doing 2 toy news videos a day. It's going to come at us fast and furious. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social medias, all that kind of stuff to keep track of everything. We're going to cover it. I'm going to give my take and hopefully give your take in the comments down below. What are you excited about here? What do you think about these Collect Major reveals? What do you think about these Walmart shenanigans? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Once again, check out Patreon. Check out YouTube channel memberships. Check out SirPaul64 on the X. Check out _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and The Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com, which is the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, available every Tuesday where podcasts are found with videocast on YouTube. So for another toy news update, I'm Kyle. See you guys tomorrow.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?
Down me here, this place is screwed.